Hello, we're going to do a kind of an unusual sort of technique. I know that we've worked with sheet music before in terms of using it for collage and backgrounds and that kind of thing, but we're actually going to draw on a piece of sheet music. You should each have a copy of one of my favorite songs, This Little Light of Mine. And we're going to draw and color in some candles on that. It's sort of fitting, I think, for the season of Hanukkah and Christmas. And so we're going to use some of the lines in our sheet music to help guide our drawing. And so for supplies, it's pretty light this week. We just need your piece of sheet music. We need black marker, and you can use, because we're working on copy paper, we can't do like acrylic paints or watercolor because the paper will just sort of disintegrate on us. So you need to use dry media. You can use, I believe you still have some of your markers, different brightly colored markers. You can also use colored pencils if you would like, something that's got a pretty small point on it to get into some of these lines. Okay. So what we're going to do is use some of the lines, as I said before, on our sheet music to help guide our drawing. So we're going to start over here with this guy over here, and I'm going to, you can use a ruler if you want, but you don't have to. I'm going to use the top of this line of music, and then the side here, and the bottom. So we're basically making kind of a square here, and then we're going to use the lines right here to help us with that line, that side of the candle, excuse me. Okay, I see I have a little bobble in there, but that's okay. And then we're going to jump up to this next line, and we're going to have these candles sort of close together. We're going to use that top of that for the top of our second candle. And then we're going to come down and use these other lines. Okay, so we've got two of our candles done, and I'm going to use the top of this again, and side, this outside line, and then the bottom. Okay, so we've got three candles, some different heights and widths, so that helps us have a nice composition. And then of course we need to draw flames to kind of go with our song, right? And I'm going to do a little line like that for a highlight. We have this. And another highlight. And we're going to keep the highlights on the same side of our flames. Now with your pencil, we don't want to, I'm going to do some lines. I'm trying to figure out how to show you how to do this. But we're going to have some lines of yellow, okay? And Maybe they would show up a little bit if we did do. And we can put the yellow beside it. So we're going to go ahead and, so you're just going to do some lines to show the light around our flames. I just love using unusual backgrounds to make art. All right, so we've got our 3 candles there. All right, so again, we're going to use our sheet music lines to kind of help us with our coloring as well. So let's set off our warm colors. So yellow and orange and red, if you have all of those, and set those off. And we'll use some of our cooler colors to do the body of the candle. Okay. And so we've got green and purple and blue. You can use whatever colors you want, but this is kind of, I'm going to have this warm and cool color thing kind of going. And what I'm going to do is leave the lines of music uncolored, but I'm going to color this stripe here to give my candle some color. Okay, see how we're doing that? And so for our taller one, we're going to have 2 stripes. I'm going to use my purple. I haven't used these markers in quite a while. I'm glad they still have some ink in them. So do lines around the outside, just inside your black line. And then we're going to skip this because it's got some of our words in it. And we're going to do the same thing with this stripe. Whew, I needed this today. I've been really very busy with the holiday season. My business is going great. I'm thankful for that, but I'm getting a little tired. And so this is wonderful to recharge my batteries by doing some art. Okay, so we have our middle one done. And then we're back to a shorter one, so it's just going to be this one here. Now you can color yours differently if you would like. That's absolutely not a problem. Remember, it's art class, so you can do whatever you feel. Oops. One of the things I forgot to tell you is that at the bottom, oh, I don't know what I did with my scrap paper, but at the bottom there was some printing there. I just went ahead and cut that off. Okay, now just to make this a little different, I just noticed there's just one note here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do 2 stripes on this candle. And I kind of like that because we've got one up, one, these all the same, and then we've got one up, and then it kind of balances it out by having another stripe down on this one. There we go. I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to finish and we're just going to put our yellow. Again, we're echoing what the title of the song is by making it look like we have light. Now, every so often with these lighter colors, you might have to clean off the end of your marker. Okay. And if you need to turn this around to get better access to it, you most certainly can. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up my orange to do the flame. And remember to not color in your highlight. And then I'm going to do a little bit of red there. Okay, so notice that I did some fast lines here, just kind of scribbled along there, and that kind of gives the some depth to the flame. Okay, so we'll do the same thing with this. Again, go around your lines first. That'll help you not getting your marker outside the line, though I still have some slip-ups. Okay, and then we're going to do this again with, so we have the highlight on the same side with each of our flames. So we're going to have the darker red, the shadow, on the same side of each of the flames too. And then we're just going to make it look. There you go. Back to our orange. I like how you can kind of see that some of the music right through the marker. If we were using acrylic paint, you wouldn't be able to see it. But I like how it kind of merges in with the music by using the marker. I'll do the same technique with the red, going down on the right side, kind of bringing it up a little on the other side. There we go. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. All right, so I'm just kind of looking at it to see what, I think what I'd like to do is to do some more yellow all around the light. Again, just kind of a scribbly sort of line. And you can have some, you don't need to have the yellow touch there. I just want to make sure you can see that. Again, we want to accentuate the light part of our drawing. And so we can do that with this, putting this yellow more front and center. See how things sort of evolve as you work them out. That's why you just start an art project with kind of a sense of where you're going, but you want to stay open to what might happen. There you go. And I'm going to put it up like this. All right, and then what I'm going to do, if you've got your black or I've got a brown here, I'm going to go around it out to the edge. And if you have a table that you don't want to get marker on, you can put another piece of paper underneath it. I've got my handy dandy envelope here. And we're just going to kind of anchor this. There we go. So that the candles look like they're actually sitting on something rather than floating around. And it's a little difficult to do down towards the very edge of the paper, but you can carefully do it. And you want to, when you get close to the edge here, you want to go towards the edge. That will help your paper from crinkling up. Okay. I was trying to think of something to do up here, and I can't really, nothing's coming to mind. I was thinking about maybe some yellow. You know, we could do that. We could do just some yellow spirals for the light. You know how I like spirals. Just a few of them up here. You don't have to do that. Make them different sizes, and yeah, I kind of like that. All right, so a simple project. I'm hoping that I'll get some pictures of it so that you can, so I can see what you created. All right. You have a great week, and I will have another lesson for you next week then. Bye.